All right, so let's begin. So this is the week of 13, right? Next week is Thanksgiving. Next week, Thanksgiving. So next week have no class. All right, let's begin to see what we learned from last week. Last week, we learned a couple of things, right? One is, what did we learn last week? We try to learn the system inequality, right? System inequality. And we know that the system inequality actually made of two inequality, right? So actually, let me give one of them. One of them is, let's say, ax plus by greater than c. And the other one maybe, so mx plus ny greater than d, all right, something like this. They have two of the inequality. So what we need to do is we needed to graphing each of the inequality first, right? Find their overlapping area, right? Find the overlap area. More overlap area, yes, is one of the part. We also need to consider about their age, right? If they are including age or not. If they are, say, greater or equal, we use the solid line, means including age. If they are less no equal in the system, no equal in system, we use the dash line, so it means not including. Other than that, if this is a line, the age line, and there's another age line here, they possibly have a crossing, right? We need to find out if they are crossing. What's the cross point? So the step, let's go back to see this progress. Actually, is first we need to transfer this inequality system. The first step, we need to change the inequality system into equation, right? We change it to equation first. So actually, these two linear line actually change into a system like ax plus by equals c. So mx plus ny equal d, right? We need to find out if they are parallel or not, right? If they are not parallel, they will have a crossing. So what's the cross point, right? So we can drawing out their two linear line, one line two, and find which part is their description. When they bigger is which part, and the bottom which part, right? And find their overlapping area, and then consider the age. All right, so that's basically about last week we're teaching. So we use the homework review this part, all right? So let's come see the homework part, 31. So first, we can see y, we can change this one is equal to y equal 5, right? X equal 3, just like we're doing. Actually, all these 31, 32, 34, all related to this part, right? Consider this one. So when we're graphing y equal 3 is this, y equal 5 is this one, x equal 3 is this one, right? You can see all these four lines. This is four actually described here, right? They are the same line. So right now we can see the 31 part. Let's see the 31. Y less than 5. So less than, it means bottom of this part, right? Bottom of this y equals. So we can just mark here, y equal 5. Y equal 5, right? Y equal 5. Y equal 5. This one is x equal 3, right? X equal 3. X equal 3. X equal 3. So you can see the 31. See the 31. Y less than 5. So it's the bottom of this part. Bottom of this part. This one is bottom, right? This part is bottom, right? So it should be picked from C and D. They are not including this line, not including this line. So it should be in dash line. Looks like it's C, right? The choice should be C. And x greater than 3 is the right part. right? Bottom part and right part of this x equals 3. And also not equal should be in dash line. So C, so 31 should be matched to C here, right? All right, C 32. 32 y greater than 5. So it's above this y equal 5, above, right? So it should pick A from AB. And x less than 3, less than is the left part. Above and left part of x equal 3. So it should be, so here it should be A, right? Here it should be C. And let's see 33. 33 here. 33 here. Y less than or equal 5. Less than or equal 5 is the important part. And including the line. Bottom part including, so looks like D. Here is D, right? X less than 3. So it's left part of here. And not including this line. So here is D. So here is 33, right? All right. So 34, y greater than 5. So above the y equal 5 and use the dash line. X greater equal than 3. So it's right part of x equal 3 and including this part. Yeah, so it should be here. So here is 34. 34. So here is the B. Right. So they didn't describe here. So my question ask you guys, delay including this cross point in this one, A, in A, delay including this cross point? No, right? It's not including this any dot on this line. So not including this cross point, right? Is this one including this cross point or not? No, right? Because this is dash line. Any dot of this dash line is not including, right? But including this dash line, not including this dash line, so means not including here, right? Not including, we use the circle out, not solid line. So in this C, both of the line is dash line, so not including here, right? And in this 33, one is solid line, the other one is dash line, so not including. Only both line is solid line, so it will including, right? Okay. So did you guys answer is the same as to mine? Let me check anyone was still in the waiting room or not. Make sure everyone was coming. All right, everyone was in. That's good. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. All right. So I will zoom in a little bit bigger. So number 1 and number 2 actually is very close, right? So just different kinds of lines. So I will be use here, use the same. So they both first we change it to the equation first, right? So y equal, the other one is y equal negative 5x plus 2, right? So when we do graphing for first line here, so they cross what? They cross 0, negative 2, right? 0, negative 2, and cross the negative 2, 0, right? So you can quickly graphing this one. Can you guys graphing here? Okay, can you guys can graphing here, right? So since here is including, we use the solid line, right? So which part? Which part is bottom part, right? Which part is this part or top part or bottom part? Can you guys judge? So we can use the 0, 0. We use the 0, 0 here. So when you use the 0, left part is 0, right part is negative 2. Does this make sense? Why? When we use a 0, 0, this means not including this part, right? Not including this dot, because a 0, 0 make this not reasonable. So it should be this part, right? All right, let's see second one. Y equal negative x, 5x plus 2. Let me change a different color so we can easy to find out. Okay, so this one. So they passed the 0 to, they passed what? And the other one, if you give the 0, this is 2, right? Pass this is y-intercept. And what is the other one? We just pick any one, -1, or positive 1, -3, +1, -3, right here, right? So the cross, oh, looks like a cross point is right here, right? So you can get graphing like this. All right. So we can find a cross point actually. Cross point actually is +1, -3. You +1 right here, also -3. So cross point is exactly here. That's all right. So here also is inequality. Inequality including the equation. So this is used the solid line. So which part? Which part of this line? Y greater than here. So it's above part. Above part actually this area. Right? So what's the overlap area? Overlap area actually, let me use another color. Use here actually is this one. This part, right? This part is overlap area, right? Including this dot, right? Including this edge, both edge, right? So we have to use the eraser, just erase this part, right? So actually is this is the area, what are we looking for? All right. Did you guys the same? All right, let's see the number 2 here. So here we just use a different color here, all right? Since the line is the same, right? Let me use this one. Let's use the yellow line. So y greater than this one. So it should be this area, right? All right. This one, what about this one? Y less than this line, -5 + 2. So it should be bottom part. Bottom part. So we need to use dash line here. Dash line here. And earlier one here is also dash line. So what's the crossing? What's the overlap area? Overlap area. Let me use different color. So it should be this line area, right? This area. I mean, for this one, will be right here. Do they including the edge? No, right? They are didn't including. We use the dash line. They're not including this one either, right? So here is 1, -3. So for this equation, actually is right here. Not including here. Not including the edge borderline. Okay. So let's make it easy, right? So actually you just needed to find each of them separately, and then find their overlap area. Find their overlap area. Okay. Anyone have questions? Have questions? Did you guys have questions? Nope, I didn't hear anyone say questions, so I will move on. All right. All right, so let's see this one. Oh, sorry. So number 3. All right, the same thing. So first step, we needed to change this one to equation, right? So y equal half x plus 2. All right, so here would be when the 0, 2, when the -1, when the -4, actually here is -4, got a 0, right? So -4, 0. So you can quickly graph in here. Since they are equation including, we can use the solid line. Like this, right? All right, so which part? Y less than here, so it should be bottom part, right? Bottom part here. So you can judge. You can try to use the 0, 0, 0, 0. So it makes sense. So including the orange line. So here, this is solid line, right? All right, let's see second one. The second one is y equal negative 2x minus 3. So they pass 0, negative 3. Right? Another one here is when here is negative 2/3 is 0, negative 2/3. 3 over 2 is right here, right? So we can quickly graph this out. We can graph this out, right? So what's the cross point? So you guys can find the cross point. It's negative 2. What's the cross point? It's negative 2, positive 1, right? Negative 2, positive 1 is like cross point. So since here is not including equation, so this one should be used a dash line, right? Let me change it one more. Let me change it here, use the dash line. Let me change it here, use dash line. Right, so I have to take this line off. Let me regraph in here. Right, so which part? Y less than here. So it should be the bottom part of here. Bottom part of here, right? Okay, so what's the overlap area? Overlap area actually, let me use different color. So overlap area actually is right here, right? Because of the blue and this part. This is the overlap area. Including this solid line, not including this dash line. All right, so let me get rid of this cancel. Here, let me get rid of this part. One more time, graphing this area, right? So should be like this. So important thing, we need to mark this cross point. All right, cross point is negative 2, 1, and this is solid line. This is dash line. All right, sounds good. Anyone have questions? All right, let's see graph this part. Let's see this one. So first we change into x equal negative 3. X equal negative 3 would be easy. This one would be right here. Right? And there's equation including, so that would be solid line. So actually it's right, this is less than, so it should be left part, right? Left part of this line. All right, so left part of the here, right? Including the solid line. So here is x equal negative 3. It's this one, right? All right, let's see the second one. Second one is this part. So we change into y equal 5 over 3x plus 2. So when they got negative 3, x got negative 3, y equal positive 3, right? They got negative 3, positive 3, so it should be cross this dot, right? Right, and they also cross 0, positive 2, so right here. I'm sorry, somewhere wrong here. When the negative 3 here should be negative 3, negative 3, negative 3, negative 3, not positive 3. Sorry, negative 3 is right here, and also close 0, 2. Right, so the cross point is negative 3 is right here. So we can graph this line. So here is the less than, there's no equation. So we use the dash line. So use the dash line. Okay. So less than this line, so means the bottom part here. So bottom part. So overlap area would be what? Overlap area would be here, this part, right? So the cross point is -3, -3. They are not including this dash line, but including this solid line, and not including this cross point, right? Not including this cross point. So the area will be right here, this part. Okay, all right. So let's take a little bit longer, right? But it's not so challenging, right? Okay, let's move on next one. Anyone have questions? Okay, let's see number 5 here. Number 5 here. Okay, so see this part. First, we need graphing y equal -5/2 x minus 2. So here they cross 0, -2, right? When the x equals +2, let's say +2 is -7. Oh my gosh, too much. -7, +2, -7 is right here. It's close down here, 2 more units, right? We cross this dot, this dot. So since this is the equation, we can use the solid line. Okay, all right. And the less than equals or the bottom part of here, right? Bottom part of here. All right, so let's see the second one. So this one, so y actually equal -12x plus 2, so plus 0, right? So x, when the x equals 2, y equal 1, right? 2, 1 is right here. Sorry, not this dot. Okay, so do they have a cross point? We definitely have a cross point. So since this is not equation, we have to use the dash line. We use the dash line. It should be somewhere here. So do you know which so y less than here? So we need to find the cross point first. So what's the cross point? So when you find the cross point, you have to find the common point, right? The common point is, so since this part equal this part, so we can just use the substitution methods. All right, use substitution methods. So you when move to the right here became 2x, right? When I move to the left here is -4, so x equal -2, y equal, when x is -2, put it right here, y equal 3, right? Negative, so as cross point is right here, so actually -2, +3. So that's why graphing is not most of the time is correct, not so accuracy. All right, so which part? Y less than this part, also bottom part here. Bottom part here, right? Bottom part of here. All right. Okay, so what's the overlap area? Let's use different color. Overlap area actually is right here. This part, right? So we get rid of here. Overlap area is here, right? So let's check the edge. So here is dash line, here is dash line. So not including this cross point, right? So here is solid line, right? So here actually area is right this part. Both bottom part of this line, the overlapping area, and check the edge. Okay. All right, let's move to number 6. Number 6. The same thing. First, we change to equations. This is y equal. All right, so we can quickly graphing here. The path 0, 3. What about 3, 5? 3, 5. Right? So this is their equation here, so we can use the solid line. about this one. All right. So y greater than this part, so it should be above here, right? Above here. Right. All right. So let's see second one. This one. All right. So we first change y equals -3 4x minus 3. So they cross 0, -3. When here is 3, positive 3, it's -7. Positive 3, -7. Oh my God. So it's here. So we can use the, so since this is not including equal to each other, so we use a dash line. All right, the y greater than here actually is at top of this part, right? Top of this part. All right. So what's the overlap area? So it's this area, right? The thing is we need to find the cross point. What's the cross point? So what's the cross point? So right, we use the equation here to get a cross point. So all right, so we just use the substitution methods, right? And move to the left became 2x, or move to like -6, x equal -3, y equals, when x -3, y equals +1, -3 +1, so out here, almost here, right? So the cross point is -3 +1. Yeah, so let's see what's the actually overlap area. So it's this part, top part here, right? This is dashed line and this is solid line, and not including this cross point. The cross point is -3, 1, right? So we can get it. You guys can get this part off. Get this part off, right? So actually, it's this area. This area. Be careful about the edge. All right. Anyone have questions? No. Okay. So move on down. Move more. Let's see number 7. Number 7. All right. So see here. So see this part. This one is they didn't changing, right? Didn't like y greater equal, right? So you can do some proper changing. You can change it into like say y less than -4x plus 2, right? And y greater than -2. You can do this kinds of change. Of course, you do not change it. This also works. So we change it to equation, find the borderline, the edge line first. All right. So they cross 0, 2, right? The y-intercept. And when here it became, okay, so let's pick a 1. Pick a 1. Well, let's pick a 1. Here is -2, right? 1, -2 is right here. So here is not equation, so we have to use the dash line. So we use the dash line here. All right, dash line. So which part? Less than, so it should be bottom part here. Right? The other one, y greater than -2. Y equal -2 is this line. Y equal -2. So it should be right here, right? So we use the dash line as well. So y equal -2. This line is y equal 4x plus 2. So what y greater actually is above this part. So we can find the overlap area actually is right here, right? So here is the dash line. Here also is dash line as well. So we know this is the cross point, right? 1, -2, right? We luckily find the cross point easily, right? Okay, so this is the area. This is the solution. So if you find any dots in this dot can match this situation and this situation. Easy? Easy, right? All right, let's see the last one. not last one. I think that's one more a little bit on the bottom. Let's see number 8. First, actually these two lines actually they use the standard methods ax plus by greater or equal than c like situation. Okay, so you also definitely you can do like this way. Do whatever you pick any two dot that matter the equation. So we change it to equation first. You can do so we do proper transform first. So let's say 2y greater equal than negative 3x minus 2, right? Both sides divide 2. So here became 1, right? So actually, when their equation would be y equal negative 3 over 2x minus 1. Greater equal. So we say you go to the equation part. So they pass 0, negative 1, right? When they positive, so negative, positive 2, when they positive 2, positive became negative 4, right? Positive 2, negative 4. So they cross this point. So we can use the solid line to link this together up, right? Solid line. So which part? Y greater than? So it should be solve above part. Above part. Right. Okay, so let's see the second one. Second one here. So let's see, do the proper change here first. So you can say 2y less than equal negative x plus 2, and both sides divide 2. So you can see here is y less than equal negative half x plus 1, right? So they cross 0, 1. When x got a 2, 1, y got 0, right? X got 2, y got 0, 2, 0. So since they have equation here, so we can also use the solid line. Let's cross these 2 points as well, right? All right. Graphing is not so good. So, okay. So what's the cross point? We need to find the cross point first. What's the cross point? So you can see actually this one is this one. So you can build up equation here first. Plus 1. All right. So here move became negative x equal positive 2. X equal negative 2. Y equal, when you put a negative 2 here inside, negative 2 divide 2, negative 1 became 2, right? So we can negative 2, 2. So actually here, right here, negative 2 here, actually here. The graphing is a little bit away from the dot. So it's negative 2, 2 here, right? So y less than equal actually is the bottom part. Bottom part over here. So what's the overlap area? What's the overlap area? It's this part, right? This part is the overlap area. Including this side and also including here. And including this dot, right? Right now in both solid lines, so including this dot. Right? Right. So let's erase this part. Let's erase this one. Okay. So including this dot. Right now this one is including because of both solid lines, right? Okay. So you can see when graphing find the solutions. So any dot in this shadow area will match both this situation, right? Okay, let's move on a little bit more. I think this one a little bit challenging for. I think we'll talk this one at in the class. All right. So let's from the bottom to up. Okay. So see this one. 38. Graph the solution of this one. So y greater equal than 0. So y equals 0 actually is which line? Y equals 0 is this line, right? Above, so means a top part. It's top part. Okay, top part. Second one, y greater equal than 0, y x squared 0. So x squared 0 is which one? X squared 0 is this line, right? X equals 0. This is y equals 0. Y x greater equal, so it's the right part. So actually the area would be in first area, right? Phase one. Phase one is right here. Right? So we finish this two. Let's see this one. Y less than x, 2x, less than 2x. 2x. So we say y equal 2x first. Y equal 2x is graphing, right? They pass 0, 0. When the 2 got a 4, right? So we can quickly graph in here. Right? All right. So they are not a solid line. I have go back. They are not solid line, so I have to use the dash line. All right. Okay. So y less than here, so it's the bottom part here. All right, bottom part up here. So actually it's this area we can find out. So let's find the third, final one. In this one, x plus y equal 5, less than 5. So we can change y less than negative x plus 5, right? So they cross 0, 5. So when they change it to the line is y equal negative x plus 5. Negative x plus 5. So they cross 5, 0, 0, 5. And also is dash line, right? So I can use different color, a third different color. Use this color. So this is color. So actually it's less than is the bottom of this line. Bottom of this line. So should be this area is what we want. All right. So you can see this one is 5, 0, right? So this one is 0, 0. Okay, so here is 0, 5. What about this point? We didn't know yet, right? So this point actually come from here, come from these two equations. So we can use substitution methods to replace here. So we can 2x equal negative x plus 5. So you got a 3x equal 5. X equals what? 5 over 3. So y equals what? 2 times of x. So 10 over. So we can find this cross point is here is 5 over 3, 10 over 3, right? All right, so let's erase the not necessary part. We don't need the part. Don't need this one, right? We don't need this one. Don't need this one neither, right? Okay, so the rest actually you find out the shadow of these 4 equation. They generated into triangles. It is triangles, right? These triangles. So what's the question? Graph the solution. So we can graph this solution. So the bottom part line is solid line. This is dash line, this dash line, not including this dot, right? Not including this dot. Okay, so we're graphing here. Here is the shadow. This is like a triangles. Okay, that's the next. Find out the area of the triangle. So that would be much easy, right? Because of this part is 5, 0 to 5, 0. So the distance of this one with 5. What's the height? The height of this one? Height of this one is this dot y, right? So it would be 10 over 3. This bottom is 5. So area of this triangle would be half of the base. The base is 5, right? The height is 10 over 3. So the result will be, okay, so let's simplify it here. So it's 25 over 3. So the area of this triangle would be 25 over 3. Interesting. That's a good part, actually. Okay, I think, do you guys still need me? We'll finish the rest part. So I think you guys can do the rest, all right? Do this 17, 15, 17, 19, 21, and 23. So it's very similar to earlier we're talking about, all right? So you can graph by yourself. Okay, so homework part, let's stop here. So if you have any questions, and you can send me a message. So 5 minutes break. Let's come back 3:50, all right? 5 minutes break, come back 3:50.